Sunny and Nina inform friends and family of their plan to elope. Plus, Charlotte is pleased by a surprise visitor. Sunny then goes down to meet with Anna in the restaurant and let her know that he's going to be leaving town for a few days, but he's only a phone call away should she need him. Later, Robert meets with Anna and learns about her bodyguard courtesy of Sunny, which upsets him. He asks if something has happened to warrant Sunny's protection. Anna says nothing in the past 24 hours, and she's living here until she moves into the house Valentin bought for them. She explains it was meant to be a surprise, which he's full of lately. Anna notes Valentin feels that right now he needs to focus on Charlotte and give her stability after her going from a boarding school to Dante and Sam's. Right now, Charlotte needs her father's undivided attention, which she understands. Robert comments that in the meantime she's roughing it at the Metro Court. She doesn't see this as roughing it and says they should agree to disagree about Valentin. She says she asked him here for his help with something crucial. Anna explains she believes the gunshot at the pool was meant for Sunny, but that it was a different person than the one coming after her as their methods are different. Anna believes this person may be from the WSB, and may be the person who outed her to the press. Robert assumes she thinks this is revenge from someone she hurt in the past, but points out that she hasn't been active for years, so that's a long time to hold a grudge that long. Anna explains that's why she needs his help, and hopes he can do some digging with his connections. Robert reminds her with this new WSB director he has limited access. She says it's better than nothing, and she needs his help in finding out who is after her. Sunny then goes to Alexa's office for a favor. He asks her to put this paper to good use and save a man's life. Gregory comes in to see Alexis right after Sunny leaves and asks how it went with Sunny. He explains the whole office was abuzz by his visit. Alexis says Sunny is hoping they use the paper to figure out a way to put pressure on the legal system to reduce Drew's sentence, or at least help have him transferred somewhere safer. Gregory asks if she really wants to get involved with Sunny's business. Alexis is aware of how Sunny does things, but this time he wants things handled legitimately. Talk turns to Gregory's ALS, and that he hasn't told Chase. He doesn't know when he'll be ready. But he also can't keep putting it off. Alexis says he'll tell him when he's ready. Gregory thinks he's being selfish and just wants more time with his son before he starts pitying him. Alexis says she's not judging him. He says, speaking of judges, how will they handle Judge Kim? They begin researching Judge Kim, and Alexis notes that it looks like Judge Kim is using his sentencing of Drew to get the attention of those above him for a promotion. She suggests they help Kim get the attention he wants. Gregory guesses she has a plan. Alexis says most judges have an ego, and this guy will be susceptible to the lure of publicity. She suggests they call him in for an interview to pump him up, and then go in for the kill and ask about Drew's sentence. Sunny then visits Christina at Charlie's, and she says to tell her when and where, and she's there. He knew he could count on her. As they embrace, Dante enters. More. Donna Mills in upcoming Lifetime Christmas movie. After Sunny leaves, Christina speaks with Dante, who admits to Christina that he can't get away right now for the wedding. Christina doesn't know what is more important than Dad's wedding. Dante says she seems more annoyed than Sunny did. Christina feels it's important that Dad knows they support him. Dante feels he knows that, and Dad will have her there. Christina relays that Dad also asked Michael to come. They discuss if Michael would really attend or not, and Christina hopes he does. However, she's not looking forward to being trapped on an island with Michael and Nina for the next few days. Suddenly, Blaze walks in, and Dante and Christina smile. Blaze greets Dante and thanks him again for helping with Link at the nurses' ball last year, and for being so sweet to her later when they ran into one another at Kelly's. Christina had no idea they were practically BFFs. Dan explains Rocco is a big Blaze fan. Christina tells Blaze she's heading to Puerto Rico for her dad's wedding. Dan jokes he's glad they are eloping, as if they had a big wedding in Port Charles, that they'd be asking for trouble. Sunny's next stop is Carly's, who is home and on the phone with Diane working on getting Drew out of prison. Carly assumes Sunny's here to see her given the girls are in school, and she hopes it's not bad news. Sunny says it depends on your perspective, and that he and Nina are eloping. Carly asks what happened to the big blowout wedding. He admits he was entertaining that idea for Nina, but in the end, they decided to fly to the islands and just have a small ceremony, and whatever kids can go. He admits he'd love for Donna to be there if she's okay with that. She tells him of course Donna can go, and she asks about Avery. Sunny says he called Ava, but she didn't pick up. He also tells Carly he's working on that favor she asked for Drew. Sunny tells her that he spoke to Alexis about using her paper to expose Judge Kim and what makes him vulnerable. Carly asks if Alexis will come through. He's confident she will. Carly thanks him. Sunny tells her that says she's the mother of her children and wants her to be happy. Carly says that means a lot. Carly switches the subject and asks if Sunny found out who Austin was visiting in Pentonville. Sunny admits they have no information on that yet, and Betty never led them to the boss. He says his guys will watch Austin while he's away. Carly asks him to take photos of Donna for her and let her know if he hears from Ava, as she could leave Avery here and he could pick both the girls up at once. Carly knows it's been a painful few years, but she wants him to be happy. He feels the same about her. He says he'll see her and walks out. More, Roger Howarth praises castmates' accomplishment. Nina arrives to see Valentin and notices the grim look on his face. She asks what's happened. He admits he feels totally lost, and he needs to find Charlotte a therapist. Nina says he'll need to find someone who will be a right fit, and they'll figure this out together. She asks where Charlotte is now. He says she's out on her bike, so he's doing research and making calls about a doctor. Nina asks if he's spoken with Charlotte about this. He admits he hasn't, as he would hate if she lied to him. Valentin asks if he is somehow responsible for this. Nina assures him that this is not his fault, and teenage girls can be complicated. He thinks this is the Cassadine curse, which Nina calls nonsense. She says they'll get Charlotte through this, and asks what Anna thinks. Valentin hasn't told her, as if Charlotte set that fire, then she'll face serious charges. He's trying to help Charlotte, but fears he is doing the wrong thing by not telling Anna. Nina knows they can't let the police lock up a 15-year-old, and they need to find another way to get through to Charlotte. Valentin says he's always appreciated her support. Nina says she'll always care about him and Charlotte. He cries he doesn't know what he'd do without her help. Nina says about that, she came by to tell him she's leaving town for a few days. She fills him in on the wedding plans, and he's happy for her. Nina says she's always a phone call away. He appreciates it but says Laura is coming home to help. Suddenly, Charlotte walks through the front door and asks if her papa is keeping things from her. Charlotte says her papa didn't tell her Nina was coming, but Nina says it was a surprise visit. They embrace, and Charlotte asks if Nina can stay for lunch. Nina can't because she's headed to Puerto Rico with Sunny. Charlotte thinks that's cool and talks about how fun it would be for them all to take a trip together to Europe, like they always talked about. Nina doubts Anna would like that. Nina suggests they just plan a girls' trip, and maybe Maxie and Georgie could come. Charlotte says if Papa isn't coming, she'd rather it just be the two of them. More. Is Charlotte trying to reunite Valentin and Nina? Nina tells Charlotte they'll plan a trip just the two of them. Nina needs to go to the gallery to see Ava before she goes. Charlotte says she misses Nina so much and to please come by after her trip. Valentin walks Nina out, and she promises him they'll figure this out. They embrace, which Charlotte sees and seems to approve of. Michael heads to the hospital looking for Willow. He reflects back to Sunny earlier telling him about the wedding, and that nothing would mean more to them to have both Michael and Willow there. He asked if there was a chance they'd go. Sunny also hoped Wiley and Amelia could be there. Michael told Sunny that Willow has a lot going on, so he's not sure she will want to drop work and everything else to go. Willow arrives and snaps Michael out of his memory. She asks if something happened to the kids, and that's why he's here.